All right, and once again, we are live for our weekly live stream, Sacred Heart Parish, Clovis, New Mexico. As always, it's me, Deacon Eric, and this week we've got Sean Little joining us. He's representing the Knights of Columbus and is going to talk to us about a wonderful offer that they're making our parish. But of course, before we do that, we go over the announcements. Let's see. And the announcements haven't changed much from last week. The Grief Ministry is still in swing right now. Got 4 more weeks left of that. They meet on Mondays at 6:30 at the school. Check your bulletin out to learn more about that. Let's see. Prayers for Lupe Sosa and Francisco Rodriguez. They're going to get installed as lectors this Thursday down in Socorro. That's part of their diaconate formation. So could definitely use your prayers. Let's see, we've got our picnic coming up here pretty quick. October 8th, we're gonna have mass at 10:30. Well, actually, there'll be I keep telling everybody mass at 10:30, but there's a rosary at 10, then mass at 10:30. So get a little bit earlier than 10. Get yourself settled in because there'll be a rosary at 10, mass at 10:30, and then after that, we're gonna have food, fun, games. They've threatened a dunking booth for the clergy. So that's Mariah Everett. I think she's still looking for volunteers for that. So, or call the church office because of the picnic. Because everybody's going to be at the park out at Ned Hauk. So that makes sense. No 5 p.m. Mass on Sunday, October 8th. Let's see. On the 7th, that Saturday, there's going to be folks they're going to be getting together at the school at 1 o'clock. For all the ladies interested in joining the Catholic Daughters of the Americas, like I said, they're meeting on the 7th at 1 o'clock at the school. Let's see. And I think Lee Smith's going to come in next week and talk more about that. Let's see. Sacred Heart's going to have a Veterans Day Appreciation Day on Sunday, November 12th. That's pretty far out, so we'll have a chance to talk about that again. There'll be coffee and donuts after the 8:30 and the luncheon after the 10:30 in support of our veterans in the parish. So that's pretty much it for announcements. So let's get to our guest this week, Sean Little. Sean, member of the local Knights Council of 4205, if I remember right.
I am. Yeah. So thanks for the invitation. So yep, I'm just here for you to fire away and see what I can help you with.
So right now, you guys are trying to, I guess you could call it a pledge drive. Trying to encourage men to join the Knights of Columbus, kind of maybe. I guess you're always looking for new members, but
we are, yeah. So we are always looking for new members. Growth is key in anything that we do, and with our always needs growth to help battle those every third Thursday at 6:30 in June, and then we're all here to support them. But we got together and we were trying to figure out a way to grow our membership and help the church at the same time. And we try to be pretty consistent with donations with the church. We were trying to figure out a way to kill 2 birds, 1 stone. So we did. We come up with an offer that I thought was pretty fair. We've never done this before. This is the first time for our council to do this. Mm-hmm. And so what we offered for anyone who was in Mass, but for those who were not, what we offered was a $50 donation towards the Catholic Appeal for any new member that we can get brought into our council before the end of October, by November 1st. Father Franklin has set a goal for November 1st for the Catholic active in the church or new to the church and don't have the resources to know how to start getting into that circle of brotherhood. Through this offer, they join online. It's free for the first year. After that, it's $20 a year.
Michael McGivney.
Mm-hmm.
And was he?
It's
Blessed
Father
Michael. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Blessed Michael McGivney. Yes. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, was that in Boston?
It is.
Originally,
so it was
originally when they first started the Knights of
Connecticut.
Columbus.
So.
And I think it was a kind of fraternal organization.
Mm-hmm.
And I think at the time what they were trying to do is they were trying to help Catholic men cover, I think it was for funeral expenses. They were at that time, I think there was a lot of Irish immigrants at the time, and they're having difficulty paying for funeral
That-
arrangements, and it kind of how it started, but it grew into much
it
more
did.
than
It,
that. Yeah.
it grew into much
You know,
more.
much more than that. It's like the largest outside of maybe the Catholic CRS, or I think it's like the
CRS.
largest. Yeah,
Correct.
I think it's like the second largest organized Catholic organization.
And
in
at
the
one
world.
time, it was the largest. And you're correct. It got started because that's when a lot of Catholic families, Catholic men, were being martyred for their faith, and the way to attack together and pull their money and pull their help and pull their talent or whatever you want to call it to help the mothers, the widows, the children.
History. You can definitely, if you're, I mean, if it's something you're ready to sign up on, the bulletin has always had a QR code in the back. Let's see, I'll point to it, and your phone can scan that, using the camera, and it'll take you to a website, and you can sign up.
It'll take you to the direct page where it automatically asks your information.
Yeah, and of course that information will get to the local council, and then of course they'll reach out and contact and stuff like that. Then maybe there's some men that aren't ready to just dive right in. Maybe they should come to the next meeting. So that's you said Thursday, so that would be, have we passed it?
So we did just pass it, but if they are interested, just they are sure welcome to come. Usually businesses kind of close doors, but some of the stuff, even if they don't know about it, food and the help for a Friday night dinner. And on top of that, we usually give a donation. So the past 2 years, we have given $5,000 each. It doesn't even get shared throughout.
To become one, ask one. So catch up with them after Mass. If you say, I'm interested, and I'm not sure if I want to dive on in, tell me more. I'd like to know more. Like I said, I'm sure there's email addresses, phone numbers on the website to connect. There's ways to connect. So don't make excuses not to, if you're interested, not to check it out. Definitely, I think it's definitely worthwhile for any Catholic man to look into. It can be very rewarding as far as the charitable work and things like that. And of course, there's the fraternity. You get to spend time with other Catholic men, and that's good for faith formation and things like that. So, Sean, I appreciate you very much for coming out this evening. Any final thing you want to add? Or?
I do. So right now, the Knights of Columbus, they put out the video for Into the Breach, and there's 12 videos. And Father Franklin is pushing for a men's group for not a Bible study, but it's a men's group. And right now we're in the middle of a 12 video series on Monday nights at 5:30.
All right. Yep. That's right. The men are meeting every Monday at 5:30. Yep. So. And so that's a good way to catch up with you too.
It is.
You don't have to wait till the next Columbus meeting. Come see Sean at the men's group.
Absolutely.
So. All right. Very good. Very good. Okay. I think that's it for this evening. Like I said, thank you, Sean, for coming out. Thanks for being on the stream, everybody. I hope you have a wonderful evening. God